this area, that's a dry slot. And as that system is continuing to move east, there is a very good possibility that that rotation that the National Weather Service is looking at could actually produce a tornado. For now, it is a radar indicated tornado, but it is a possibility that as that tries to work its way down to the ground, it could actually touch down, and that's the concern, and that's why the Weather Service has issued that tornado warning. Again, that tornado warning is in effect until 11:45 Central Time. I'm not seeing anything that would indicate damage or any of reports like that. But in the meantime, the problem is with this continuing to move in as it is, as you can see there in the latest loop, as it's moving through, that dry slot gives me some concern. And right there, just west of Interstate 65 and just west of the city of Munfordville. Now, Munfordville should be getting some very dark skies right now and some very heavy rain, lots of lightning with this, but there's enough of a spin in the atmosphere, and that's moving right along the Green River as well. It's almost running parallel with the Green River as it moves into the city of Munfordville. That is the area that is under the tornado warning. So those of you that are west of that area, you're out of the woods as far as that particular cell, but this is showing plenty of signs of possible rotation, and that is the situation at the moment that we're trying to figure out exactly just what is happening in that particular area. I'm going to try to call up a, let's see if I can get a Munfordville shot here and see what's going on. Okay, there is a look. Now here's what we're going to look for. This is from the Munfordville weather cam. Let me go to a live shot. This is a frozen shot. I'm going to go to a live shot if you'll just bear with me for just a second. And because I want to see exactly what is going on there in the city of Munfordville at this moment. That shot looked pretty ominous there. You can see the dark skies. You look out toward the Interstate 65 area, and that's the direction that that is moving into. So here we go with a live shot from Munfordville. Okay, there it is. That's changed a little bit, but you notice here that back in this area toward I-65, that is where some of the darkest clouds were, a little bit west of the center of town. And the dark clouds do continue back to the west. And now we're starting to see raindrops. Some of the heavier rain is about to move in the city of Munfordville. So if you're in Munfordville, and if you're even east of Munfordville into Hardeeville, I would suggest that for the moment, you need to seek shelter in the centermost area of your home. If that's a bathroom or a bathtub, that's where you need to go. Something that's in the center of your home, away from outside walls and windows. If you have a basement, that's probably the best place to go. Get into the centermost part of the basement. If you live in an upstairs area, come downstairs. Go to the lowest level, no matter what building or home that you're in at the moment, that's where you need to go. So we're going to continue to watch that scene there for the possibility that we could be looking at a tornado moving through that Munfordville area. We go back to radar, and I just want to make sure that what we're seeing here is going to be something that we need to be really concerned about. At the moment, we do. But if this is just something that's radar indicated, we may be able to at least say that this is just something that the radar is seeing the rotation and not necessarily is it making its way down to the ground. I'm going to stop the motion there. We're seeing a few lightning strikes. Now the worst of the cell is right over the city of Munfordville at the moment. You saw the rain just starting to come down now. So right across the Green River, which runs right about here, and then just before you enter the city of Munfordville, my concern is still we're seeing this dry slotted area, and we're still seeing some of this rotation that's showing up right here southwest of the city of Munfordville. So it would be southwest of the river as you go down 31W, 335, which is old 31W, down toward, say, where Wigwam Village is, as you're going out of Horse Cave, going north on 31W and I-65. That is in the warned area. And then to the east, the warning continues out toward Hardeeville and Kentucky 88, and as you go a little bit further east on the 31E side of things. So the problem is we're worried that this is where the tornado may actually be, and now we're seeing just a little bit of a donut hole that's opening up right there. That could actually be where the tornado is located if this is all reaching the ground. Let me get rid of some of this and just zoom in just a little bit more. And then we can get our bearings of where we're looking at exactly. And there you see some of the roads coming on. Walker Stewart Road, that is where the center of this may be occurring right now. Also, Charlie Mansfield Road, McCubbins Farm Road. Also, as you go up toward, say, Lawler Bend, in that general area, again, this is all west of Interstate 65. Rowlett's Cave Springs Road, and there you see the latest update. This is real-time radar. This is where we're looking at that circulation possibly throwing down a tornado right now in the Charlie Mansfield Road area, Lawler Bend, and also down toward Rowlett's Cave Springs Road. And that is exactly just about a mile west of Interstate 65, but it's a little bit south of Munfordville. Now, out ahead of it, you're going to see all these areas of very heavy rain. Notice here these sheets of rain that continue to move through the east side of that circulation, and then on the back side of it, same thing. But what concerns me is this quiet area right there in the middle, and that would be along the Green River, that there is a possible tornado, and therefore the tornado warning until 11:45. And there is the update now. We've dropped the severe thunderstorm warning, and now just the tornado warning continues until 11:45. That's why you saw those little boxes flash right there. I'm not seeing a lot in the way of lightning. There was some lightning at first, but most of the lightning was off to the north, and now it appears a lot of that lightning has come down a bit, which is hopefully good news in that we may see a little bit of a weakening, but I'm still not convinced that this is quite done with this yet. It looks like now we're starting to see a lot of this heavy rain wrapping around the center of circulation. If there is a tornado there, it's probably starting to get rain wrapped, and that's why many of you, if you're trying to look outside, which I don't condone, by the way, but if you're trying to look and see if there's something coming, you may not notice that it's a funnel. You may not notice that it's a tornado. You may see this thing may be wrapped in so much heavy rainfall that it's going to be hard to determine that there is a tornado there. You may hear a roar, but that's about it. So that's why we're saying stay in your shelter. If you're in that area from Munfordville, just southwest of Munfordville and along 65 over toward Rowlett's and then on up to Munfordville, you should be in a shelter right now just in case there is a tornado. And there is the update, 11:45 still. I'm going to look for something from the National Weather Service at this point for this. And so far, the National Weather Service in Louisville is saying this is a radar indicated tornado. Nothing has been confirmed by the public, but there is the possibility of some very large hail indicated with that penny or dime size and maybe even up to quarter size hail in that circulation. And that, of course, is a concern. Now, at the moment, that's the only warning out there. All the other severe thunderstorm warnings have come down. It's just this one that we're concerned about at the moment. Now, some of that western part of 65 has been shaved out. Notice it right here. That was the update. See that red line that runs just west of Rowlett's and Woodsonville and Munfordville? Now, east of that line is under the tornado warning. That would be for central and eastern Hart County, and then on over and maybe even taking in, let's see, over toward Hardeeville, and then on up to Canmore, where you're getting some light rain right now, but just over east of 31E, that's where the tornado warning continues. So if you're in those communities, that's where you need to seek shelter right now. If you live along Kentucky 88, which is right here in this area, and that's where we're seeing the heaviest downpour of rain and the strongest winds coming down right now. There is still that little bit of circulation that continues to show up here, but notice in the last little frame or two, we've seen that hole closing up a little bit more, being swallowed up by the rain on the backside of this, the rear flank is what we call it. And as long as that keeps happening, that's going to kind of swallow this thing up, that circulation, and then it's just going to throw down a lot of very heavy rain. So well, let's hope that happens. Let's hope this is not something that has actually reached the ground, and let's hope that things have stayed pretty quiet. I'll go back to Munfordville. We'll take a look at what's going on there. There is downtown Munfordville from our AAA Systems weather cam on the square. Looking at the old courthouse, we're looking a little bit northwest. As you can see, the cars going on, that's 31W there. Looks like just rain. I don't see hail coming down. There could be some small hail in that, but I don't see anything that looks like a tornado. And if there was one, it would be east of this camera right now. But there's some very heavy rain that is coming down in the city of Munfordville right now, and it's continuing to move off to the east. And you guys picked up well over 2 inches of rain just this morning, and now you're getting more heavy rain on top of that. So I would say the next thing that we'll probably see pop up here is some type of flood advisory or even a flash flood or flood warning along the Green River because of just the amount of rain that you guys have had there in Hart County just today, and you're getting some more heavy rain right now. So what we're going to do is it's 11:34. I'm going to stick with this, and if I have any more updates, I'll break back in, but we're going to continue with the rest of midday. I'll keep watching this in the Weather Center, and if anything else pops up, then I'll break back in, Laura, and let you guys know, okay?
All right, sounds good.
In my own life, I found that every great experience is built upon